Last night, for anyone who was not here, we did see Nvidia CEO come on out and speak. Tell us what they have planned in the future. And I watched this entire thing and I was taking small little clippets. I was posting it over on my Twitter last night. He was essentially giving us the answers of what we should be investing in next. Now, before we even watch this, let me not even waste anyone's time. And if you guys have not seen this, you guys can head over to my Twitter right now. And I was breaking this on down. Now, this tweet got 1.7 million views. I posted this 12 hours ago. And it says, so basically, Nvidia told us where to invest next. We just got the $1 billion answer. What we have here is we have a roadmap of their ultimate goal out of AI, out of artificial intelligence. Nvidia, the CEO right here, Jensen, telling us what is his ultimate goal, what is the roadmap for artificial intelligence. We started with perception of AI, getting to generative AI, getting to agentic AI, and then getting to physical AI. So where are we at this moment? Well, we're down here. And what this is the text to image. When you type on in and we say, hey, I want to see a dog with a blue tongue. I want to see a cat holding an ice cream cone. This is the text to image. What they have next is going to agentic AI, which essentially is going to be AI agents. What they want to be able to have is self-coding. They want to be able to type in, hey, make me a program that does that. And instead of having coders spend hundreds of thousands of hours or however long it takes to be able to make a code or make a software, AI can do it for you. And then from there, the ultimate goal is to be able to have general robotics, self-driving cars. This is the roadmap that we should be looking at because the CEO of Nvidia is making his products to this. So it's so big, it's so important, it's so crucial to be able to see, hey, if I start investing in robotics, am I getting ahead of the curve? If I start investing in self-driving cars, am I getting ahead of the curve? So I put out last night. So basically, Nvidia just told us where to invest next. We just got the next $1 billion answer. Now, he's not saying a specific stock, of course, but he's letting us know what field to invest in. If he said, hey, everyone go invest into rocket companies. If he said, hey, everyone go invest into hydrogen companies or nuclear companies, or everyone go invest over into electric vehicle companies, at least we have a great starting point. So if I know that physical AI is the ultimate goal of artificial intelligence, this is giving me just an absolute key to success. That's incredible to get out of this CEO conference last night. I also posted this, which was, let's go back. This had 800, or now it's at 930,000 views. It has 930,000 views. I posted this last night at 10:33, and let's listen in on this, okay? Let's listen in on what the CEO of Nvidia says. This is only a 37-second clip that I just kind of posted, but let's see exactly what he said if you guys were not tuned in. I'm going to get out of the way here, and you guys can check it on out.
This is going to be the next giant AI application, next giant AI service, period.
First off, if the CEO, I'm just going to call him Mr. AI right here. The CEO of Nvidia is telling us this is the next giant application. This is the next giant step to AI. My ears are perking up. This is exactly what I want to hear. Let's see what it
is software coding. 30 million software engineers around the world. Everybody is going to have a software assistant helping them code. If not, obviously you're going to be way less productive and create lesser good code. And so this is 30 million. There's 1 billion knowledge workers in the world. It is very, very clear AI agents is probably the next robotics industry and likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. This is going to be the next giant AI.
He literally just told us. He literally just told us the next $1 trillion opportunity. He says if you want to get involved in AI, the next $1 trillion opportunity is going to be software, which is going to lead to robotics. Didn't we just have a YouTube video? Didn't I just go over this the other day? Didn't I break this on down talking about global artificial intelligence market where we have now gone from hardware and the next step is now going to be software? We broke this all on down and now we have confirmation from Jensen. We have confirmation from the CEO of Nvidia. So they're realizing this. He's a businessman right now. He is stating to everyone at this moment that hardware is the chips. Hardware is what you have to build things on off. But now, if you want to be a $1 trillion company, if you want the $1 trillion investment, if you want the $1 trillion next opportunity, it's going to have to be software. He just put those words that I was saying last week into full effect. Now, so many people are not going to take advantage of this. Let's go ahead and now let's watch a lot of this full conference. We could break down some of the key points and kind of see what we have here. First things first is they are giving a little bit of an idea of the future. Let's just see how they kicked off this conference with this little montage of what the future may be holding.
Tokens transform words into knowledge and breathe life into images. They turn ideas into videos and help us safely navigate any environment. Tokens teach robots to move like the masters. Inspire new ways to celebrate our victories.
A martini, please.
Coming right up.
Thank you, Adam.
And give us peace of mind when we need it most.
Hi, Maroka.
Hi, Anna. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Emma. We're gonna take a blood sample today, okay?
Don't worry, I'm gonna be here the whole time.
They bring meaning to numbers to help us better understand the world around us. Predict the dangers that surround us.
Don't worry, I will be here the whole time. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I'll be here the whole time. Traders, what are we even getting out of this right here? What are they focusing on so much here? They're already talking about robotics. I mean, within the first 10 seconds of us even watching this montage, we are seeing robots pour drinks. We're seeing robots cook food. We're seeing robots, be there for children that need a friend during their medical appointment, whatever it may be. At this moment, they are showing us the outlook. They are showing us exactly what we want to have in the future. Let's talk about the history of AI and where AI is going. So I think this part right here is super crucial because us as investors, sure, it's cool to see their new up-to-date products such as Blackwell. It's cool to see what they're currently making, but I want to be able to see where they're going. Because what does stocks move off of? The stock market moves off of future values, not current values. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but it's the future ideas. What is going to be coming? What is going to be happening? So let's start it right here and let's actually learn about Nvidia, where they were and where they're going to be going next.
Later, 6 years later or so, 2012, Alex Karshevsky, Ilya Sutskever, and Jeff Hinton discovered CUDA, used it to process AlexNet, and the rest of it is history. AI has been advancing at an incredible pace since. Started with perception AI. We now can understand images and words and sounds. To generative AI, we can generate images and text and sounds. And now, agentic AI. AIs that can perceive, reason, plan, and act. And then the next phase, some of which we'll talk about tonight, physical AI, 2012. Now, magically, 2018, something happened that was pretty incredible. Google's Transformer was released as BERT, and the world of AI really took off. Transformers.
Today, he already stated, where are we going? We are going to physical AI. That's where he wants to bring it. He wants to get to the physical AI point where we have software, where we have these robots literally walking around and having AI with us. Now, obviously, we've all seen those horror movies. We've seen The Terminator. We've seen iRobot. We've seen The Matrix. It's a scary thing. And this type of power that they are trying to generate, well, number one, it's going to take a lot of power to be able to generate this. That's why we were looking at nuclear plays before. And number two, they have to make sure they are doing this correctly. So no matter where your thoughts are, if you like it or if you don't like it, The thing is, this man who has billions of dollars, which is basically leading the way at this moment, as it comes down to artificial intelligence, he wants to get to physical AI. So let's learn a little bit more about what they might be doing to get to that physical AI area. Let me jump back to these next parts. And this is where I was bringing over my next clip after watching this. Let's jump to this area.
Done at ServiceNow, at SAP, at Siemens for industrial AI. Cadence is doing great work. Synopsys is doing great work. I'm really proud of the work that we do with Perplexity. As you know, they revolutionized search. Yeah, really fantastic stuff. Codium, every software engineer in the world. This is going to be the next giant AI application. Next giant AI service, period, is software coding. 30 million software engineers around the world. Everybody is going to have a software assistant helping them code. If not, obviously you're going to be way less productive and create lesser good code. And so this is 30 million. There's 1 billion knowledge workers in the world. It is very, very clear AI agents is probably the next robotics industry and likely to be a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. Well, let me show you some of the blueprints that we've created and some of the work that we've done with our partners with these AI agents.
AI agents.
All right, trader. So what we have at this moment is he just stated software into robotics. That is the ultimate goal. Software and robotics. So let's now jump even more forward. What are they looking for with their software and robotics? Well, I'm going to tell you right here, he talks about announcing Cosmos and how Cosmos is going to be built off and I believe on Windows. So that is going to be something very big, and one of the things that they're highlighting right here is self-driving vehicles. So self-driving vehicles, yes, that's part of robotics. That's part of the car having some sort of artificial intelligence. So let's just check out these self-driving vehicles and see what happens, because this could be Tesla. This could be Google. This could be other self-driving vehicles here. Let's check this on out.
Building autonomous vehicles, like all robots, requires 3 computers. Nvidia DGX to train AI models, Omniverse to test drive and generate synthetic data, and Drive AGX, a supercomputer in the car. Building safe autonomous vehicles means addressing edge scenarios, but real-world data is limited, so synthetic data is essential for training. The Autonomous Vehicle Data Factory, powered by Nvidia Omniverse, AI models, and Cosmos, generates synthetic driving scenarios that enhance training data by orders of magnitude. First, OmniMap fuses map and geospatial data to construct drivable 3D environments. Driving scenario variations can be generated from replayed drive logs or AI traffic generators. Next, a neural reconstruction engine uses autonomous vehicle sensor logs to create high-fidelity 4D simulation environments. It replays previous drives in 3D and generates scenario variations to amplify training data. Finally, Edify 3DS automatically searches through existing asset libraries or generates new assets to create sim-ready scenes. The Omniverse scenarios are used to condition Cosmos to generate massive amounts of photorealistic data, reducing the sim-to-real gap. And with text prompts, generate near infinite variations of the driving scenario. With Cosmos Nemotron Video Search, the massively scaled synthetic dataset, combined with recorded drives, can be curated to train models. NVIDIA's AI data.
I want you guys to realize what we have at this moment, okay? Nvidia is being very clear. They realize that software is the next step. Nvidia is not trying to just be a hardware company. They started off by saying, hey, we have chips. Everyone buy our chips. But they are realizing the progression that this AI world is taking. You have the chips, now you have to build something off of it. They don't want people going over to Palantir. They don't want people going over to Microsoft. They don't want people going over to Google. They don't want people going over to these different AI software platforms. They want to be the marketplace of artificial intelligence. So, we just saw the ultimate timeline. The ultimate timeline is we want to see physical AI. Physical AI is going to be robotics, and physical AI is going to be self-driving vehicles. Right here, Nvidia just stated that we are the software that is going to be able to bring you anything you need, such as driving, aka Cosmos. Cosmos is the platform. Cosmos is the software that we are going to make open source. All right, they stated that in the meeting. It's open source. Anyone can license it, anyone can use it. So now they're trying to become the marketplace where we realize, hey, everyone's buying our chips. This is great. But we're about to lose a lot of clients as they go somewhere else now to build it. So how do we keep them here? Well, let's go ahead and make the software and let's make it open source so anyone can use them. Yeah, that's going to keep everyone here now. So the first thing that they're going to really be banking on is going to be self-driving vehicles. Self-driving. I know, again, there are some people here, traders. There are some people here that are fully against self-driving vehicles that say, Deck, nothing gets me more getting jacked up than hearing a V8 burn, baby. I want to be able to step on that gas and I want to be going 80 down to 25. I want to do 100 through a school zone, baby. Woo! Nothing gets me more excited than that. And hey, I got you, okay? I enjoy driving too. It's fun. But you know what? I do think self-driving vehicles is great for the world. I really do. I'm on that fan page, guys. The reason why, imagine how many people, just think about this, guys. There are hundreds, thousands of deaths every single year from fatalities from people doing car accidents. You know why? Because it's self-errors. How many people here have ever texted when they drove and ever looked up and they were on the other side of the road? How many people here have ever gotten very sleepy while driving? And maybe again, you fell asleep, pop back up for a moment. How many people, again, hopefully never, have ever had a few drinks and got behind the wheel when they know they shouldn't have? How many people, again, have ever been speeding before, have ever had an argument, try to reach something behind your seat, picked up a water bottle, whatever it may have been? Humans make errors. Imagine if there were cars that didn't make errors. Imagine there were cars that did not speed and did not get tired and did not drink and drive and did not text and did not... Think about how smooth traffic would be because there are no accidents. Think about how much quicker things and more efficient things can be and how many lives could be saved. So, I am all for self-driving vehicles. I am all for being able to have type in where you want to go, fall asleep. Type in where you want to go, watch a movie. Type in where you want to go, and then again, you're there. You don't got to worry about making any sort of self-driving. And if you want to have, let's say, that fun car for the weekends, sure, go ahead, bring out that thing. Go ahead and hear all 9,000 RPMs. Oh, I know there's people like that, guys. I got you. All right, so car people, I'm with you. I understand. But I am all for self-driving vehicles. But what Nvidia is basically trying to state here, just trying to get everyone back on track, is they have a timeline. Their timeline is we know we have made chips. People have spent billions of dollars on our chips. Now, again, we need to see profits from them buying these chips. Well, make your products, but make them on Cosmos. Cosmos is where we want to be looking. Our ultimate goal is to get to physical AI. Physical AI is going to be either self-driving vehicles or actual robots that are going to be living in the world with us. So, we just got this, we have an understanding, and now we are moving back over into where Jensen is about to drop another bomb on us right here. Let's see what we have at this moment.
So, humanoid robots.
Time out. Time out. I don't know if it's from watching bad movies in the past, like iRobot or something, but I don't even like the way those things came on out. I'm for self-driving. This one's going to take me a little bit longer. This one's going to take me a little bit longer to get used to. This one's going to take me a little bit more time to kind of adapt towards. You know what? I don't know. Maybe can I get behind the robotics world right here? Maybe get a golfing buddy out there, help me find my balls. Maybe can it help me read the greens a little bit better? Maybe. But then I just know it's gonna be so weird. There's gonna be like OnlyFans for robots, and then people are gonna start like protesting. Robots have feelings, and then it's gonna be like all of this stuff. And then I'm gonna be scared in the middle of the night. I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be staring at me. Oh, I don't know, guys. Let's see here. Let's see.
my friends. The ChatGPT moment for general robotics is just around the corner. And in fact, all of the enabling technologies that I've been talking about is going to make it possible for us in the next several years to see very rapid breakthroughs, surprising breakthroughs in general robotics. Now, the reason why general robotics is so important is whereas robots with tracks and wheels require special environments to accommodate them, there are three robots in the world that we can make that require no green fields. Brownfield adaptation is perfect. If we could possibly build these amazing robots, we could deploy them in exactly the world that we've built for ourselves. These three robots are, one, agentic robots, and agentic AI, because they're information workers, so long as they could accommodate the computer.
Time out. I feel like this one right here is just so out of place. I feel like this one is just a guy dressed up in like a onesie. We had all these kind of sick looking cool ones as it goes down the line right here, where it's just like, all right, robot. I could imagine a big, tons of cool things. We have muscles, it looks like. We have colored ones, cool faces. This one, like the most realistic. And then we just have like this guy. It's just like, this guy's just sitting there just saying, don't move a muscle. They think I'm real. Like, just don't move. This is my least favorite one right now. So let's see here.
The computers that we have in our offices is going to be great. Number two, self-driving cars. And the reason for that is we spent 100 plus years building roads and cities. And then number three, humanoid robots. If we have the technology to solve these three, this will be the largest technology industry the world's ever seen. And
this will be the world's technology largest revolution we will ever see. Do you want to miss out on that?
And so we think that the robotics era is just around the corner. The critical capability is how to train these robots. In the case of humanoid robots, the imitation information is rather hard to collect. And the reason for that is, in the case of car, you just drive it. We're driving cars all the time. In the case of these humanoid robots, the imitation information, the human demonstration is rather laborious to do. And so we need to come up with a clever way to take hundreds of demonstrations, thousands of human demonstrations, and somehow use artificial intelligence and omniverse to synthetically generate millions of synthetically generated motions. And from those motions, the AI can learn how to perform a task. Let me show you how that's done.
Developers around the world are building the next wave of physical, AI-embodied robots, humanoids. Developing general-purpose robot models requires massive amounts of real-world data, which is costly to capture and curate. Nvidia Isaac GR00T helps tackle these challenges, providing humanoid robot developers with four things: robot foundation models, data pipelines, simulation frameworks, and a Thor robotics computer. The Nvidia Isaac GR00T blueprint for synthetic motion generation is a simulation workflow for imitation learning, enabling developers to generate exponentially large datasets from a small number of human demonstrations. First, GR00T Teleop enables skilled human workers to portal into a digital twin of their robot using the Apple Vision Pro. This means operators can capture data even without a physical robot, and they can operate the robot in a risk-free environment, eliminating the chance of physical damage or wear and tear. To teach a robot a single task, operators capture motion trajectories through a handful of teleoperated demonstrations, then use GR00T Mimic to multiply these trajectories into a much larger dataset. Next, they use GroupGen, built on Omniverse and Cosmos for domain randomization and 3D to real upscaling, generating an exponentially larger dataset. The Omniverse and Cosmos multiverse.
Again, as you guys can see at this moment, what they're really trying to throw out there is, hey, we have a software. Like we have Cosmos now. Like that's what they're really trying to throw out there. So I think the biggest key things that we can get out of this entire thing, and this basically ends right after this, is we want to realize that they now have not only chips, but they also have a software. They also are going into that business. Now, we already saw the number one software business in 2024, Palantir. Palantir is a company that is literally there to build AI off of these chips. And Palantir was the number 3 best return on investment in the entire S&P 500. Palantir went all the way on down from the price of $19 all the way up to $85. I jumped in on this play at the price of $29. And I jumped in right at the beginning of September, right here. September 2nd, 3rd, 4th, that area. And then I sold, as you guys know, back on December 3rd on this big green candle. And I said, you know what? It's getting a little too overbought for me. Palantir is an absolutely incredible company. Palantir has government contracts, has commercial contracts, but I will have to state it over and over and over again that you can already tell the shift that is starting to happen. The shift that is starting to happen right here is the hardware to the software. All these companies have chips. They already have the hardware. They are all now trying to line up to be who is going to be the best software, who is going to be the actual best use case. What can you build on top of our platform? This is why Nvidia just came on out and said, hey, we're doing open source. Guys, what's open source? Open source is essentially anyone can use it. Like anyone can use it because NVIDIA wants to make a name for itself and says, oh, we have Cosmos now. So if you want to go ahead and build AI, buy our chips and then build on our platform. That's going to be great, right? We have a Palantir, right? PLTR. They're saying, no, our platform's better, right? Palantir, our platform, you want to build right here. That's going to make the most amount of money. And then maybe, who knows, Microsoft or whoever could be like, hey, no, you want to build on our platform. So we know it went from the hardware cycle to now going over to the software cycle. But the ultimate goal at the end is going to be what? The ultimate goal is going to be these robots, right? Now, there's many different ways that we can start thinking about investing at this moment. Do you guys want to go straight to the robotics? Do you guys want to say, hey, Deck, I'm going straight to robots? The issue is I still see robots a few years away. Right? Robots are going to be a few years away regardless. Like, it's not like robots are going to be coming out with anything very soon. Let's go over to this and let's kind of break down some thoughts. Okay? Let's just try to break down some thoughts. First things first that we've learned is that we do have software is next. So we have gone from hardware, Nvidia, hardware, TSM, hardware, SMCI, hardware, AMD. The next step is going to be software, PLTR. Software, Nvidia. Software, we'll see what else comes on up. Let's just throw like Microsoft. The number one thing that we need is we need to actually see a use, right? We want to see like another ChatGPT. We want to see another actual AI tool. The big thing that we have to get out of this is return on investment. This is crucial. We know that we have seen Meta spend billions. Amazon spend billions. Google spend billions. We have seen, again, I'm just throwing out random companies. Microsoft spend billions. How are they actually going to now get all their billions back? The number one bear case that a lot of investors say is you guys just spent $20 billion on AI chips. Are you guys ever going to do anything with it? So we need to see new AI tools which have to be built on software. So it's basically going to turn into, at this point, who is going to have the best software possible. Now, with Nvidia just announcing Cosmos, right? Nvidia just came on out with Cosmos. Is this the next big thing? Is Nvidia about to go on a new rally because of their Cosmos, which is an open source platform that now anyone can be able to go towards? Now, we also have to realize a few different things as well. The ultimate goal is going to be self-driving vehicles, and the ultimate goal is going to be robotics. Now, what do you guys think is closer? I'm going to be honest with you, self-driving is definitely way closer than humanoid robots. So I think self-driving could be around here in 2 years. But to actually have robots walking around like we could imagine like in movies, I still think that's probably 5+ years away. So there are different things that we can think about at this moment. Do we want to just keep investing into hardware? Do we want to start investing into software? What are our ultimate goals? Ultimate goals, fix that. Well, it's self-driving and robotics. Again, they want the physical, right? Physical AI. And then we have self-driving 2 years and robotics probably 5+ years. But robotics 5+ years talks about humanoids. Humanoids. That doesn't mean all robotics, guys. Let's talk about some robotics companies right now that could definitely bring in a lot of hype and bring in a lot of excitement. So let me bring up this image. Let's just go with Let me search this one real quick. If I take a look, these are Nvidia's investments. Nvidia's investments. They've invested into SoundHound AI. They've invested into ARM Holdings. So SoundHound has to do with voices in AI. Okay, that could be for robotics, absolutely. We have ARM Holdings, which is going to be more chips. Okay, great. They also have this one right here, Serve Robotics. Serve Robotics is actually funny. Yesterday, before the meeting, Serve actually went pretty crazy, SERV. So if we want to take a look over on Serve at this moment, SERV, this play starting to build on up. It's funny how all of a sudden, a month prior and even yesterday, we started seeing Serve go from $14 and spike up to $24. It's like, hey, do people know something that we do not? It's like, do people know something that, that us as the general public didn't know? Now, Serve is still getting a great price at this moment. This company was all the way up to $62. It's now down towards $18. Could this be a bargain price? Could this be a dip buy? Well, Serve at this time is not profitable. It's not a profitable company, but maybe over the next few years with robotics getting bigger, that could be very big. The best company, which is profitable, is ISRG when it comes to robotics. Robotics, ISRG is where a lot of people are focusing on. Now, what's the number one robotics that they have right now? They have the Roomba. The Roomba is that little vacuum cleaner that basically hits a wall, turns, and hits a wall and then turns, and it just kind of goes around your house all day and just cleans on up, and you don't got to worry about it. It just does its own thing. ISRG, that's, a Roomba there. Now, ISRG is also owned by Amazon. They're also a profitable company. So if you are very interested in robotics and you're saying to yourself, okay, hey, robotics is something that I really like, well, ISRG might be one that you want to look for the safest. Now, let me also bring this on up over from Tradecaster here. So what we have here, traders, when I break this on down, this is from the alerts chat over on Tradecaster where we live stream every day, is we have all these robotics companies. Serve, ARBE, LFWD, HSAI, SOUN. These are all robotics companies. This does not mean they're all humanoid robotics companies, but these are all robotics companies that could be the next big thing. So I always like to look at a bigger monthly chart, and I have not done enough research to talk about every single one of these plays. But we have Serve, which is being invested in by Nvidia. We do have ARBE, which actually just came out with a partnership yesterday with Nvidia. LFWD, again, a lot of these plays have been falling. Sound, that's another Nvidia play. It's actually pretty funny. So SERV has to work with Nvidia, ARBE is working with Nvidia, and SOUN is working with Nvidia, and these all three are some of the best ones. Now, if you're looking for maybe bigger and safer ones, we already went over ISRG. That's a very profitable company. And we also have ZBRA, which is a very good company as well that has to do with technology and robotics. Now, I'm not sure of absolutely every single one. I have heard a lot of hype on Symbotic. I've been seeing that one a lot throughout Reddit and throughout Twitter as well. But not every one do I have a great understanding on just yet. I have seen a lot of people talk about Path before. I've seen a lot of people talk about IRBT, iRobot Corporation. So this is an entire list. I suggest taking a screenshot. I suggest taking a picture. I suggest writing it down where you can start going through some of these plays, start doing research on your own, and maybe trying to find a robotics company that could be a great future outlook play. So robot plays, definitely very important. Also software plays, definitely very important. Now, what else do we need to be looking at here, traders? The other big thing that we need to be on top of is, let me bring up the right Word document right here. The other big thing that we need to be bringing on up, thank you, traders, is the power of all this. We have like the AI scale here, right? This is all AI and the future. We know that we have number one, we have our hardware. We know we have number two, which is going to be our software. And then it comes on down to just kind of throwing it out there off the side is the power, right? We have seen, and I have talked about before, if we are now having this hardware and we are having this software and we are putting more strain on the grid even more, we do have to still stay aware of nuclear, right? Of those SMRs, right? We have to still be on top of these SMR plays on what is actually going to power this artificial intelligence, because right now our current grid is getting too strained on out. If that is BWXT, where this play has to do with building SMRs backed up by the government. This play is commercial contracts run by the US Navy, right? Incredible. Or if this is going to be NEE. Again, another absolutely great company. NEE starting to build itself on up, starting to thrive, starting to have success. I actually posted a ton of these tickers over on my Twitter yesterday. Let me go ahead and bring these on over because there's a few plays I really want you guys to watch. Okay, here they are right here. DRS. DRS has to do for security for natural gas systems. DRS may be something that we want to be watching. PEG. PEG is power segment, engages in nuclear generation businesses and supplies power and natural gas to nuclear power plants. So PEG supplies gas to nuclear power plants. PEG. What else do we have? CEG. CEG right here. CEG, it has approximately 33,000 megawatts of generating capacity consisting of nuclear, wind, solar, natural gas, and hydroelectric assets, kind of like an all-in-one of alternative energy. And then we have NLR, which is an ETF. Nuclear ETF, which is going to be BWXT, PEG, CEG, PCG as their top 5 holdings. So if you guys like BWXT, if you guys like PEG, if you guys like CEG, and you guys just want an ETF of all of them and saying, hey, I just think nuclear is the future, it's the only way to power this AI, then just buy NLR, as it'll be all 5 holdings as one, and that could be a safer way instead of trying to pick one. So just from watching this lesson, watching this video of today, or watching that from last night, we know AI is the future. We know that it's all about hardware, but now we're starting to go into the next wave, which is software. We know the ultimate goal is self-driving, and the ultimate goal is robotics. Self-driving is much closer than robotics, but robotics does not always mean humanoids. But at the same time, we do have to understand what's going to power these, and that's most likely going to be SMRs and nuclear. So there are many different ways that you guys can be looking at this at the moment. There's many different edges that you guys can be able to grab at this time. But what I wanted to do today was to make sure that at this point moving forward, every single person has an understanding of where they could be looking, what edge they could be taking advantage of, giving you guys some ideas, giving you guys some stocks, if that's on software, if that's on robotics, if that's from nuclear, if that's from whatever, and having you an understanding where the CEO has his roadmap of going forward. Traders, this was the answer. This was the answer that you are looking for to be able to make billions of dollars. I mean, billions is a little bit of a stretch. Okay, I'm sorry. Millions of dollars moving forward. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen in 7 days. But over the next 1, 2, 3 years, traders, how great would it be if you caught Nvidia back in 2020 when it was at $13? How great would it be if you caught SMCI when it was at $6? How great would it be if you can catch the next possible play? If that's a software company, or let's say the next possible PLTR at $20 before it runs up to $80, right? Let's try to find it. Let's work together. We have a great starting point. Now we got to build off from there. All right, let's keep doing it. Let's keep crushing it, and let's have some fun.